If you ever find yourself in an auto accident, there are certain things that you must do. The first thing is to stay calm. Assess your situation. Make sure that you or nobody else in your vehicle requires immediate medical attention, such as blood that needs to be stopped, or any children who maybe have been thrown from their seat. Once you have done that, also look and assess your position in the roadway. Are you in a safe location as the vehicle sits, or is traffic flying around you on both sides? If it is safe to do so, you should look to maneuver your vehicle into a safe location until the police arrive. If it's possible before doing that, taking photos either with your phone or your camera, or even having one of your passengers do it, will help us place the vehicles in the roadway at the accident scene. But in no uncertain terms should you be sitting there keeping yourself in danger just to preserve where the vehicle is sitting. If it is drivable, you have a responsibility to yourself, your passengers, and others to get that vehicle into a safe location. Once you're there, you should always call the police. Requesting a police report whenever there is damage in excess of $1,000 to any vehicle, or anybody is injured, even a minor injury, should have a report completed. While you're waiting for the police, you can also get out any insurance information, registration information, and also get that information from any of the drivers who are involved in the accident. Witness information is also critical to gather at this time. Oftentimes people will stop, ask if you're okay. If they do that, ask if they saw what happened. Many times people will gladly give you their name and phone number if you ever have to call them in the future if something should happen. Many times after an accident, the person that causes it may change their story after the fact, either after they call their insurance company or their attorney, or if it's a younger driver and they call their parents. This is the critical time to gather information to protect yourself and your family before anything else can happen. The other thing I also recommend the clients try to record is if the other driver says anything to you. Oftentimes they will admit fault or apologize and then later deny that. If they say these types of things where others are around and witness it, then it's also helpful. Whenever somebody causing an accident says things that are against their interest, this is also called a party admission. These things are admissible. They are an exception to hearsay. And even though it might seem like a roadside conversation, to us it could make the difference in a case down the road when we are trying to address the issue of percentage of liability or fault. The other issue that you should address with the emergency call is if people are in need of a medical attention, not only ask for police response, but also ask that emergency medical personnel are also summoned. The insurance for the vehicle that you are in is going to cover any treatment, including an ambulance ride and ER visit. So if you are injured, then it's appropriate to seek medical attention and understand that you're not going to be socked with a huge ambulance bill, because with this particular type of accident, it is all covered by no-fault insurance. That's also a big question, is why I didn't go in the ambulance because I didn't have medical insurance. With these types of accidents, you don't need that. When you're on the roadside safely, the other thing to try to do is take photographs if there are any skid marks, the location of the vehicle, the location of damage to both vehicles if it's safe to do so. Especially if the vehicles are drivable, you may not see that other person's car again. If it's not towed away or not impounded, then you can't find it again. So take pictures while you're at the scene, and then make sure that you wait for the police, ask for the report. When the report is complete, and oftentimes you have to wait a day or two until it's approved, you should always get that report if possible, review it for errors. If there are any, you should please bring that to the attention of the officer who was responding on the scene, and also provide any witness information to that officer. Sometimes that makes all the difference in the world. If in fact we have objective people who are not involved in the accident who also saw it, that can resolve a lot of questions for everybody later. And typically that will encompass the things that you should do in the first, few minutes following the accident. And then from there, your job is just to take care of yourself, seek appropriate care, and make sure that you do not speak to either insurance company if either of them try to call you. Very often you'll get a phone call from both companies. Even if they are your own carrier, the insurance regulations state they may not talk to you once you have retained counsel without my permission. The questions they ask you are often skewed in their favor or are not concerned with what you need to face down the road. So remember that. It never hurts to call an attorney right away. There's never a cost to do so. And having somebody deal with the insurance companies immediately who are prepared to do so is in your best interest also.